Joshua 3:2. Vayehi miktzeh shaloshet yamim. Vaya'avru ha-shotorim bekerev hamachaneh. And it was, this is the word from, but at the end of 3 days. Then the subject of this next line is the officers. The officers, they went through in the midst of the camp. Vayehi comes from He, Yod, He. And in this form, this Kal, Vav consecutive imperfect form, especially when it's with a temporal marker made explicit here at the end of 3 days. This whole phrase then functions as sort of a temporal setting. So it's not really an action, but haya here is used to mark the setting. Vaya avru, this comes from ayin, beit, resh, and this is a kal. Again, it has the patak, which make it seem like it should be a hifil, but it's the ayin which demands this hifil. So there's this sort of assimilation between these two pataks here. So it is kal, vav consecutive imperfect, 3 MP. The function of Joshua 3:2, in part, is to set up a connection of continuity within the larger narrative to show where this fits. So when we think back to Joshua chapter 1, where these officers are told to pass through the midst of the camp, there we see this is echoed directly when the officers had passed through the midst of the camp. And there they were told to prepare provisions for 3 days, for until 3 days. Again, we have the same echo of this 3 days in both passages. So we call this resumptive repetition, and that is a narrative technique of connecting verbally the new narrative with the old narrative. And in this case, as we know it, this folds inside of it the entire conversion of Rahab's story. But then here in chapter 3, we're picking up the conquest story that was set out in chapter 1.